I need to show you something that blew my mind. These are industrial chillers. They can freeze the ground solid. ConocoPhillips, the oil company, is installing them to protect their equipment at a planned drilling site in Alaska called Willow. They say they need to refreeze the ground because the Alaska permafrost is melting. The permafrost, which is never supposed to melt.
The Arctic is actually warming 4 times faster than the rest of the world, and the Willow project could make it so much worse.
This is my friend Mattia. She's a policy lead at Evergreen.
And I lead up our Freedom from Fossil Fuels policy beat.
So, because of climate change, the Arctic is melting.
Yep.
And ConocoPhillips wants to refreeze it to drill for more oil, which will cause more climate change, which will speed up the melting.
Exactly.
The Willow project is ConocoPhillips' plan to extract millions of barrels of oil from Alaska's fragile western Arctic. It's the biggest oil project currently proposed on federal land.
They want to build hundreds of miles of pipelines, 5 drilling sites, a gravel mine, 250 oil wells, and an airstrip.
Obviously, this would be a disaster for the climate.
Yeah, so if ConocoPhillips is allowed to drill at Willow, it could pump about 287 million metric tons of climate pollution into the atmosphere. That's about as much pollution as the annual emissions from 76 coal-fired power plants. Drilling that much oil is completely out of step with President Biden's climate commitment to cut carbon pollution in half by 2030.
People are already suffering the effects of the climate crisis, but ConocoPhillips is promising their shareholders that Willow is going to bring in a ton of money for years to come. They think that they can just keep drilling more oil, and when the planet gets warmer, they'll just refreeze the Arctic to keep drilling even more oil, all to keep making money. But we can still stop them.
There's some good news here, Hannah. If Biden rejects the permit, that's it. The project's dead.
Since this project is planned on federal public lands, it needs to be approved by the Department of the Interior, specifically the Bureau of Land Management.
President Biden needs to use his executive authorities, the things that he can do without any help from Congress.
Thousands of people have already called on President Biden to stop the Willow project. And now we need you. Call on President Biden and his Bureau of Land Management to reject the Willow permit once and for all. Visit evergreenaction.com/willow to submit a comment.